Samsung Galaxy S7 Review. The Unsung Hero. Design. Cast your eyes over the Samsung Galaxy S7 and the design changes from the S6 are minimal. From the front these phones are nigh on identical. Only really given away by the slightly square home button, the shift of highlighted speaker grille and button surround from silver to black on the review model we have. Around the sides there has been some refinement in the metal waistband, removing some of the previous contouring for a slightly more minimalist finish. Part of this sees the metal band becoming slimmer at the side, revealing more of a curve to the back edge. Where the S6 was pretty much flat across the back, the S7 now sports a curve, making it slightly less slab-like when gripped. That allows the S7 to be a little thicker, only by about 1 mm, measuring 142.4 by 69.9 by 7.9 mm total and weighing 152 grams, but that sees the bulge of the camera vent. That's a refinement much welcomed, making the Galaxy S7 a step forward, if not a step change. Hardware specs and performance. There's been something of a debate raging around the hardware loadout of the Samsung Galaxy S7. In the UK, where this handset is being reviewed, the S7 is powered by the Exynos 8890, a homegrown Samsung octa-core chipset. In other regions there's a Qualcomm Snapdragon 820 version. Early tests suggest that Qualcomm's chipset might be the better performer, but in real-world terms you're unlikely to have anything to worry about. The S7 is slick and fast, offering a premium performance, whichever model lands in your region. There's 4 GB of RAM to back up that chipset, and Samsung is boasting about much enhanced performance both from the CPU and the GPU. The Samsung Galaxy S7 is snappy in navigation, fast to open apps, and to jump from one to another, and we found it lovely and smooth in playing demanding games too. One of the advantages that comes with the 1 mm additional thickness of this handset is the increase in battery capacity. It's now at 3000 mAh, compared to 2550 mAh of the S6. That's not just a 16% boost in the physical battery, but the performance is enhanced too. Display performance. The Samsung Galaxy S7 has a 5.1-inch 2560 by 1440 pixel resolution display, giving you a pixel density of 571 pixels per inch. This is pretty much a repeat performance of the handset it replaces, which offered the same size and resolution. This is an AMOLED panel and it carries the characteristics of that display technology with it. The colors are richly saturated and the blacks are deep. This is a phone that's all about vibrancy and punch on the display. It lacks some of the impact of the S7 Edge. Because it doesn't stretch to and over the edges, so sat side by side with the S7 Edge you'd probably pick the latter phone for its display every time, because it just looks better. Camera performance. For us, Samsung is very much at the forefront of camera performance. This has been true for several generations of device. Note 4, S6 Edge, with a repeat performance here on the S7. There's a lot crammed into Samsung's camera, but there's one really important point. You point, you shoot and get a consistently good results. That's something Apple has been hitting hard on the iPhone, because that's where it really matters. Most people point and shoot, and that's where you need auto HDR doing its stuff. That's where you need fast, accurate focusing, and that's where Samsung delivers. The auto HDR, which helps to level shadows and highlights in exposures, is impressive because it isn't too aggressive, so you get good results with little effort. Blue skies pop, overcast skies get some texture, and things pretty much look the way they should. Some of the results are boosted by the display. So when viewing images, do remember they might be a little more saturated than they appear on other devices.